Hey, Liberty family, I want to come to you today to bring you a very important announcement, and that is that all of our campuses will be closed beginning today, March the 18th, until Monday, April the 6th. Why are we making this decision? On Monday, our president got before us in a press conference along with his medical advisory team and unrolled a 15-day plan for all of us to work together to greatly curtail the spread of the COVID-19 virus. We want to support that plan and we want to participate in that plan. We know one thing right now, and that is the best way for us to stop the spread of this virus is for us not to be in community contact with one another. Every time that we make decisions to do this, we exponentially make a difference. And so I want to encourage you to participate, you and your family as well. Now, April the 6th is obviously longer than 15 days, but the reason that we have given this window of time for our schedule is just because of the way things work as a church. And it also helps us to kind of find a rail to run on. Frankly, this has been somewhat frustrating as over the last 4 or 5 days, every time you make a plan, it only lasts for about 6 hours because things are changing so quickly. And so we want to do something that gives us 3 Wednesday nights and 3 Sundays with some certainty of how we're going to move forward. There is one exception to these closures. Our Spring Place campus is being used right now by Murray County Schools as a food distribution site for the students and their families. That feeding ministry will continue at the Spring Place campus. If you want to access other campuses at other times, you'll have to make appointments for those, and we may or may not accommodate based on what the priority is, based on what the mission is, and based on what the need is. And so I hope that you please cooperate and understand. In the meantime, we are not canceling who we are, and we're not stopping doing what we do, but we're going to have to do these things in a different way. And so we're going to concentrate on doing what we do and being who we are in 3 ways. One is we've got to stay connected. We must be informed, and we want to remain engaged in what we are doing as Liberty Baptist Church. Let me walk you through each one of those things. How do we stay connected? One is through daily personal interaction. Hey, make a call, send a text, check on one another, call one another, challenge one another in personal daily spiritual discipline. We ought to be reading the Bible. We ought to be praying together. You know, this is a great time to take something like the devotionals that I roll out every day, Monday through Friday. Those are on my website, brianbranham.com. They're on the app. If you go to the LBC Engage app and hit Daily Devotions, there's plenty of those for you to go and read. Why not get on Facebook, interact with a friend, maybe your life group class, take one of those devotions and just create some interaction. Maybe call someone, and every single day or once or twice a week, you guys make an appointment. Hey, this is the time we're going to disciple one another, challenge one another, and stay connected with one another. So just through daily interaction and spiritual discipline. Each of our ministry groups and our life groups are also right now developing ways through technology for you to also stay engaged. And I know not everyone has different means of technology, and so there's a lot of different ways and a lot of different means that we are using to try to meet the needs of our church. And because the needs of our church are so large and so vast and they vary so much, there's going to be a lot of different ways that we have to do the how. The what is we want to stay connected. How that happens is going to happen based on your ministry leader, your group needs, the personal needs that we have. But we are trying to meet all of those needs and make those personal touches the best way that we can. And you can help us. The other thing that we want you to do is stay informed. The best way to do that is through our app, LBC Engage. That's at the Google Play Store. It's also on the iTunes Store. I would highly advise you put that on your phone. We can send push notifications to you. You can watch past sermons. You can do the daily devotions. You can follow along with announcements the moment that they happen. Another thing I would encourage you to do is go to our website, libertybaptistchurch.ws. A lot of resources and information that you need there. And also our Facebook page. Maybe you don't have Facebook, and this may be a great time for you to get Facebook. And listen, you don't have to follow everything else in the world. If you can only have one like Liberty Baptist Church, and you can stay informed on what we're doing as a congregation, and maybe when all this is over, you'll get rid of Facebook. But go to our Facebook page. That's going to be a primary source for us, especially when it comes to streaming our services. So let's talk about how do we stay engaged. And that is one way that we're going to stay engaged, and that is through our Sunday services. On the 22nd, which is this coming Sunday, and also the 29th, we are going to be offering online services only. We'll be bringing a message. I'll be bringing a message from Highway 76, and I'm also going to be up with Jeff at the Fort Oglethorpe campus to bring a message from there to our Fort Oglethorpe members as well. So you're going to see worship with Linda and a sermon from me at Highway 76, and you're going to see worship from Jeff and a sermon from me at the Fort Oglethorpe campus as well. And so be looking for those on the 22nd and the 29th. Now, here's something that we're working on for April the 5th that I'm really excited about. You ever been to a drive-in movie where you pull up and you see the screen and you tune your radio to a certain channel so that you can hear the audio for the movie? Well, we are working on setting that up at our church. And so on April the 5th at the Highway 76 campus, we will be continuing to offer the online service. For those of you that maybe have small children and gather as a family and that online service is working for you, we'll still have it for you. But we're also going to have an abbreviated service that we hope to set up under the awning at our front entrance, where you can pull up, stay in your car, have your windows up. It's kind of like a quarantine bubble that you can stay in. Tune your radio to a certain station, and you can see the service and participate in it and be right there as a family. And so we're working on that. We hope that becomes a possibility, and all of our medical advisement says that, hey, this is a safe way to deliver it. So we'll be telling you more about that as we get closer. So be looking forward to that April 5th. Maybe we're going to call it the FM service. And hopefully that'll be something we can also do on Easter Sunday, but we'll be letting you know more about that. But stay engaged through the services. And I would encourage you to do this. Just because they're online, don't approach them casually. As a family, I think you, as a father, as a leader of a family, one of the things that we need to do is still set a time for that family time of worship. We're going to be there at 10 a.m. to watch the service at Highway 76. We're going to be there at 11 a.m. to watch the service at Fort Oglethorpe. And so stay engaged as a family. Make that an intentional time. Don't be casual about it. That is your time to engage in worship that comes from Liberty Baptist Church. The other thing I would encourage you to do is stay engaged through giving. We have several ways that we can continue to give. Now, we have our text giving. The number for that is 706-523-4936. All you have to do is hit that number, put in your amount, and text it, and you can give. The other way that we have is on our website. If you go to our website, libertybaptistchurch.ws, you see our giving there. You can do it as a one-time gift or set it up as a recurring offering. Also, through your local bank, you can set up bill pay. It's critical that we stay engaged through giving so that we can continue to do many of the things that we want to do in supporting needs. And as this goes longer, the needs are going to increase in our community. So let's be sure to give and stay engaged that way. You know, these are different times. They are unprecedented times. And there's been some frustration. There's been some disappointment. Man, it's sad for me to have to make an announcement like this. But even though I do it with a little bit of sadness, I also do it with a little bit of curiosity. You know, when I began seminary at New Orleans Baptist Theological Seminary, not long after Hurricane Katrina had come through and devastated the city of New Orleans and many areas of lower Alabama. At the time, I was pastoring a church in Birmingham, Alabama, and so we became very involved in a lot of the effort to help to clean up and to recover from Hurricane Katrina. And as a seminary student at New Orleans, I would have to drive down to the campus from time to time, and we did some work in the Ninth Ward and surveyed the community and saw the devastation, but we also got to talk to a lot of people and hear the stories. And there were a lot of churches in those areas that had to close down for a long time. There were congregations in that city that went missing. I mean, the people had to scatter for cities to find refuge. And I talked to pastors who had no idea where his congregation had gone. They were incredible circumstances. And so it gives me two perspectives. One, this is not nearly that bad. We're not going through anything like what I saw people go through in Hurricane Katrina. So we need to be thankful for that. The second thing that I would make as an observation is it was inspiring to see what those pastors did, how those congregations, when people began to return back to the city, when they began to find where their congregants had gone, the personal touches that they had made. Our challenge is not nearly that great. So we can do an incredible job in the circumstances that we have been given to do something that is powerful, that is loving, that is disciplined, that makes a real testimony to one another and to our community that even though our campuses have closed, we are not quarantining the gospel. We are carrying forward with the mission God has given us. I saw a great verse this morning that I read kind of in my own personal devotional time and just kind of looking up, what does it mean to seek the Lord right now? And I read a prayer of David where he was thankful. And in this verse, 1 Chronicles 16:11, this verse jumped out at me. It says, seek the Lord and his strength, seek his presence continually. You know, I feel like that God's just kind of given us a Sabbath. I think he's pushed the pause button on our hurry. And it said, hey, I'm going to give you some time as a family, as individuals, as a church. I'm going to challenge you as a church for you to seek me, to find my strength, not your programs, the way you want to do things, but you need to seek my strength. And in a time like this, to seek me continually. You know, this is a great time for us to do some things that we always kind of said, I wish that I could do this. Or, you know, how many times have you complained about your school? Man, they don't teach that in school. Well, now you can teach it to your children. How many times have you said, man, if I just had some time to read the Bible or connect with the Lord or go through a book or play a game, now you might have that time. And so this is an important Sabbath for us to re-engage, for us to refresh, for us to revisit, for us to revive, for us to rest and just to seek the Lord continually in his strength. And so let me encourage you to do that. And hey, listen, I think that in this, here's where I am as your pastor. I don't want to just get through this. I don't want to just get to the other side of this. I'm not just asking when is it going to be over. But what I'm seeking is for the Lord to teach us something. I'm seeking the Lord to show us something so that when that day comes, and it will, that we are on the other side of it, that we're different than we've ever been before. That we experience God like we never have. That we are more urgent in our mission like we've never been. And we see more people saved than we've ever seen before. In all of this, I want to know the Lord. I want to experience him. I want to love on you. I want to become more personally disciplined in my own life. And so this is a great time for us to just say, okay, God, we get it. You've paused it. Here's how we can seek your strength and to seek you continually. So again, stay connected. Let's stay informed and let's stay engaged. And some great days ahead are ahead of us here at Liberty Baptist Church. God bless. Hope you have a great day.